to show the Bust the Dust because there's so much negative feedback on it and people saying that it doesn't work properly, your Sims make too much money, yada yada. But if you play the Bust the Dust properly, your Sims do not make too much money. I've had these Sims playing in this household now for one sim year, and this is how much money they've accumulated with the dad also working and painting, and they've been able to build this upgraded Crick Cabana house with it. So the house itself is worth, I'm not sure right now. It's not worth very much. It's about 100,000 maybe. So I can tell by going in here, it's worth 106,000, and that's including the lot. And it's basically all the money that they've made. I mean, they haven't made a ton of money off the bunnies. Okay. If you were to play it where you just leave bunnies in your house and never clean your house, then yeah, maybe you would make a little bit more money. But you would have to talk to each bunny. You would have to ask them to search for things in order to get all the expensive stuff, because they really don't bring you that expensive of stuff. Now, they have two bunnies because they have 2 floors, so one on each floor, and that's the maximum you can have on each floor that are friended. I mean, when the other bunnies start spawning, because your house is getting dirty, yeah, you could make a little bit more money. But these guys keep their house clean, and you'll see, like, if their house is clean, they get a inspired moodlet saying sparkling clean surroundings, and that's when it's at perfection. And it can stay that way fairly simply just by vacuuming once per day. Okay, if you want to get a moodlet other than inspired, you don't want to keep the sparkling clean on. You want to let it get one level lower, which is lived in, and that moodlet is happy, so all of your moodlets can change. You can get your an energized moodlet, you can get an inspired moodlet, you can get a focused moodlet, no problem. When you vacuum itself, it gives you a focus moodlet, but it won't override this moodlet. This moodlet basically is a fairly strong moodlet, and you'd have to really stack other moodlets in order to get your Sims in a different mood. As you see, he's got his fitness one, but it's still not overriding that. And if he was to have a bath now, or a shower to give him another fitness buff or athletic buff, it still probably wouldn't override that. He'd probably have to do one more thing to give him that athletic buff in order to override this moodlet. And that's why when I want them to exercise and stuff, I use this floor and I make it just lived in. And that way, when they're up here exercising, they will get their energized buff. It's the only way I can get them their energized buff up here is by leaving the floor at moodlet. The floor is moodlet at lived in. And I'll show you how it's done. So, this was a father and son team, and basically he was a teen dad, so this is his son, but I'm not really sure. He's supposed to be playing a game, I think, but it looks, or he's programming. Yeah, programming. So his name is Mitch, and his dad's name is Ian. Ian just graduated from university, and he is now in the spy career. He took the corresponding courses so that he started his spy career at level 8. And so he has to go to the washroom, and then I'll kind of show you if I can go upstairs and see. I can't remember if I have it as a lived-in moodlet or not yet. But we'll go up and check. I think it's Saturday, so they have the whole day to do things here. I was just trying to get his programming skill up, but I'll show you how they play with the bunny and how the bunny will bring them things. Now, the most brought stuff is just a small chunk of cash, which is like between, depending upon the bunny's mood and his friendship with you, it runs between $200 to $700, like simoleons. It's not a high amount. They will sometimes bring you rare objects, which help to a certain extent. You can't get any collection completely, but you can get like some of the harder ones to get for the collections. So in order to keep your bunny happy, you pet them, you feed them, and then you ask them to get you something. And then they'll search for something, and it'll tell you what they find you. So, you found them a rare object. Now, in the rare objects, you can get plates and stuff from the jungle sometimes, but you most often get these rare minerals, like these, or the crystals. That's the most common things to get. And then the other things you can get is food. So, you actually can keep your Sims fed quite well with the food that you get from these bunnies, because, I mean, they bring you ice cream, they bring you muffins and stuff, but they also bring you some other dishes, rare dishes, that some of the city living dishes that you would have to go to city living. If you own the Batu pack, then they'll bring you some of the Star Wars stuff. So you'll see that his moodlet's changed, because this floor I keep in this someone lives here. So it basically gives you a happy moodlet that can be overrun by any other moodlet. And they become hungry again shortly, so there, he brought him 699 gil, or simoleons, and that's it. So it's not really that much, it's just a small amount, but you know, when you're playing, say, a rags to riches, it would probably keep you afloat. I mean, you could go all out and let tons of bunnies inhabit your house and pick them up, but I've found that the bunnies don't spawn on the second floor. That's a problem that I found with them. I had to actually put this bunny was on the first floor, and I had to put him into household inventory in build mode, and then go to manage worlds and come back in order to place him on the second floor. And that's the only way I got it. After they friended him, I put him into the into there and brought him up. So it was the only way I found that was able to do that, because I didn't have bunnies spawning on the second floor. So this little house is just a house. It was the Crick Cabana, and you'll notice that sometimes I like to just remodel the house with my Sims money. I don't always just build homes. I also like to remodel. So you'll see that this was the Crick Cabana. Basically, this was a small bedroom, and this whole back area was sort of, it's been enlarged to the width of the lot as much as I could, and this would have been where the other bedroom was, and then the bathroom was basically the floor plan's where it was. The only difference is I enlarged it so that it was out as far as it could possibly go in all directions, except for the front stayed where it was. So all the other walls were pulled out a little bit, as much as I could bring them, or wanted to bring them. And then yeah, and I just added a second floor, just a partial second floor, because it's just two Sims, and sometimes I like to just play in a small house. So I mean, these two are like I wasn't really going anywhere. I didn't want the dad to really get married, so he was just going to raise his son on his own, which he's done, and he was a teen dad, so I played with a teen dad. I mean, that's done with cheats, but yeah. So the only way you can do it is by cheating through casts to make them into teens when they have children. Okay, so he's awake. Okay, so he doesn't really need anything. He's got his pre-work stuff done because he has the responsible trait from being a teenager and getting the responsible trait. Now you'll see he can also now feed the dust bunnies. So they can be fed quite often if you want. But I mean, if you don't want to make a lot of money with the dust bunnies, you don't have to. You can just not do things as often as you would. They always bring you a little bit of money, like it's a random amount of money. Something like 60 something gil, depending upon their happiness. It's not a lot, and it comes a lot of times when they're both sleeping or they're both not home. The bunnies will bring in a little bit more money. So, okay, this time he found particularly tasty looking treat, so he did find them food. And so it all depends upon what they find them. I mean, it's the weight of the world, so pretty sure I'm not going to get my Sims eating that, but yeah, never know. Might make them... Okay, I don't want to sell that. I just send these to the Geo Council. And so the vacuums, they work pretty well. So I'm just going to get him to vacuum because I keep this floor at perfect. And I usually let the other floor go down to lived in during the daytime when they're, you know, when I want them to be exercising or something, I'll let it go down to lived in. So I don't think the dad has to work today. No. And so the son and him could maybe go volunteer. And then I'll show you how much money. I'm gonna throw that ice cream out. I don't really want them to eat it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna chuck it in their dumpster. Well, no big deal. The son seems like he's a little bit hungry, but I don't know if it's that much. So I think they're gonna go volunteer because I need to get his empathy up, and the fastest way to get empathy up is volunteering. So the two of them are gonna volunteer together, and I guess they can go work at the soup kitchen. And then when they come back, they can clean this up. So the dust bunnies did find a money tree thing. And what you'll notice is when they find things, it's either rare or it's perfect. So in that way, your dust bunnies do give you the best of everything. So they did find them a money tree seed, so I did plant it. Not that I need it, but you have the option of planting it or getting rid of it. So if you listen while they're gone, the house should still make money. But watch, it's not tons. Yeah, they're not home. So they will make money, but it's not tons. It's like 60 something dollars, 50, 40, depending. So they didn't even make much of anything that time. So people tell you they make tons of money. They really don't make tons of money. But let's see where his empathy is at, because maybe they can go one more time. So the only thing he has left to do for parenthood is empathy, and so yeah, if they go one more, it should fill his empathy up, and he should. I mean, his dad doesn't have to go, but his dad's family oriented, so he'd like it. He'd like to go. So they're gone again, and we'll see if the dust bunnies make any money while they're gone. And you can tell if they make any money because it comes up as change, but they don't make a lot of money, to be honest, on their own. If they use them and they look after them and they ask them to search for things, then they'll make some money. I know everybody was saying about those plates, but you know what? Those plates don't happen that often, so. So, yeah. Okay, now he has to go to the bathroom. Get his dad to look after the... And you'll see that moodlet kind of stays with them a long time. Like, it's still on them. So there, the bunny just made them $52, basically. So, like I said, it's not that much money. Not as much as people are exaggerating it to be. I mean, sure, if you leave your house get dirty and you have a dozen dust bunnies popping around all over the place, you'll make money. But is that what you want to do? No. I mean, like, gameplay-wise, you're probably going to keep your house clean. So, yeah. I don't think that, you know, it's that much money. It all depends upon how you play it. Like, I like to, like, keep their houses clean anyway, so to me it doesn't bother me. If I was playing with a slob sim, I mean, I'd like to do a playthrough with a slob sim and have the filthy, and do the filthy branch of this and try and get the aspiration done for the filthy part, but I'm not overly worried about that.
Aha! Urazap? Ah, suna nipab. Oh, ooh, yum. Oh, Chinese, wow. Hey.
There, they made another $48. Like, that kind of money doesn't really make that much difference to your Sims household. And it doesn't hurt to have that little bit of money coming in, because even in a rags to riches, it's kind of nice. It makes it a little bit easier to play the rags to riches. But I mean, at any time, you can shut this off. You don't have to have this system going. So if you decide it's not really what you want to do for your rags to riches, then just turn it off. So... But the bunnies will be able to be taken care of again, and so I'll have them take care of them again. Does he have a project? I don't think so. I think we did his project. Yeah. 100%. I think.
Walk, twin.
And when you're gone, the bunnies don't make you any money. So if you're not at home, the bunnies aren't going to make you money.
Oh, Arpanoosh. Ah. What's that, Dip? Ah, bon batoy.
So, a rare object. We can check and see. Chances are it's not going to be a plate. It's going to be this. And those are the most common rare objects. Minerals and elements. I think I'll have him play a game with his dad.
Woo! Bubble you bow!
They're both still leveling their video skills, so I'm okay with that. And for people out there that don't feel that they can build, you know, like, renovating is how I started my building. And I still do renovating today, just because I find it to be fun to get into one of the houses and then use my Sims money that they make to fix up the house. Because, I mean, there are people that to me, it's like a normal thing. I don't have a brand new house built for me. I bought a used house, just like most people do. And I've been renovating my own home. So it's kind of like I like the idea of my Sims doing something like that. So I do enjoy renovating. Sometimes I will build homes for my Sims and just move them in it. But I like to play this way. It's more fun of a game experience.
Woo!
Hello?
Simola! Yim! Simola! Oh, super beneem! Yims! Ah, ah. Ah, and Izuk Rubin. Timba? Timba combo.
Oh, Risha Rebo.
Oh, Zaffel.
Honka free, Meshka Craney Bipsum. Meshka Craney, the possum Rubina. Turful Peripana. Kirasha Yabasani.
Lampima ukinik safoyam. Zambas naya floof yamasani. Almost. Sick of floof. Wanna faj liquor.
I will vine Zaffis. Yanabi Stulen.
Oh.
Lemphi Nulets. Zappanquar. Gorbani. Yabasani, Fatamoy. Bantrip Araga. Meshka Craney, the possum Rubina. Turful Peripana. Kirasha Yabasani. Shippy Zerv. Ravobi Hapyam Hebony.
You yep for noi? Bombadil.
Turful Peripana.
Kirasha Yabasani. Yabasani, Fatamoy. Bantrip Aragaba.
Oh.
Honka free, Meshka Craney Bipsum.
Ref Siga Palachaba. Yanaba Yeflum Shusha. Squaws Nelcher. Lanji Chilo. Plinze Shard. Fempty Swibik. Skisna Plushi. Bimaza. Prom Pampe. Who's like Jeffano? Friba. Ukinikansum. Nibahana Drabo. Shirsha Gribaru. Smurg Zukinik Safoim. Lampima. Rislik Kumbar. Sanzibe Tuwabe. Shippy Zerv. Ravobi Hapyam Hebony.
Zomphis Shapula. Sebene Gaffa. Brifna. Shippy Zerv. Ravobi Hapyam Hebony. Narimo Bokana. Meepim. Zarzuya. Oh, Slukim Kinkoi. Friba. Ukinikansum. Alfonso Kalu. Pudaba. Smurg Zukinik Safoim. Lampima.
Yabasani, Fatamoy. Bantrip Aragaba.
Zambas Naya Floof Yamasani.
Honka free, Meshka Craney Bipsum. Shalbo. Barlini Yorin. Lymphia Zerpa. Lahoin Fubame. Chef Little Move. Ravob Habyam. Almost. Sikafoof. Wanna
I had to take a break. I had a phone call come in. Anyway, I'm probably going to end this broadcast here. I mean, basically, I'm just showing you that the Bust to Dust can be fun and enjoyable. I find it to be a good thing for the game. So, I don't know what everybody's issue is with it. I think it adds a lot of gameplay to the game, and it's a lot of, not a lot, but just as much as Laundry Day. So, in my opinion, if it adds as much fun to my game as Laundry Day does, which is not even working anymore properly, then yeah, I have to say I enjoy it. Like, so basically what I would be doing now is, because I do want to clean this area before they go to bed, which he is getting to that point now too, I'll vacuum it now once. And that'll be enough to keep it clean for the night, because I don't want it to go into the dirty stage. But I want it to stay in this lived-in stage. So now, if he vacuums up here, it'll be clean for the night, and then he can, the next morning, it'll be back to lived-in. So he found also a collectible, this bunny. And if they find a collectible, it can be the plate and the frogs, but like I said, it's most often these crystals and elements. That's the most common finds for them. And I didn't get enough to fill this, they had to go dig up some more in order to fill this up. So, yeah. What are you sad about? You were just talking to your son, dude.
Aha. Tariff proud.
We'll let him go here. See, so the floor is still just lived in, but you want to keep it that way, and by vacuuming it at least once. Well, actually, it was clean and sparkling upstairs, so there's little sparkles going on. It should be, but I think it's still just lived in up here. No, it's clean and sparkling. I just wanted to get rid of his moodlet for not hanging out with his being around family before he goes to bed. So, yeah. I mean, they don't have to go to bed, but I'm just putting them to bed because I am going to stop this game sharing. Thank you for following or watching this video, and I hope that it helped clear up some of the stuff about the bust the dust. I mean, it's basically simple. You can dust anything. The great thing about bust the dust before I leave is that your children's Sims can help out. So with the vacuum, they can clean toilets. They can, if the sinks get dirty, they can actually clean them. If the toilet gets dirty, they can actually clean them. With the little handheld vacuum, they can help by vacuuming the table, counters. They can help out with a lot of different things now, which children were not able to do before the vacuums came out. And for me, that's great, because I remember playing with a household of 8 Sims, and the toilet's getting dirty, and it's a child's turn to go to the bathroom, but the parents aren't at home, and there's nobody old enough at home to clean the toilet, and so your kid has to sit on a dirty toilet. Well, no, that doesn't wash with me, so I like it better now, because your sim children can actually clean the toilet if it's dirty, and they can clean the sink if it's dirty using the handheld vacuum. So for me, I find that this adds a little more gameplay for children as well as adults, and that's important because there's really not a lot of gameplay for children in Sims. They've been trying to integrate more, and it seems like they're doing that, giving the children more options, more things they can do. But hey, like fitness stuff, like the fitness for children. Since university, they were able to use soccer balls, which is nice because that gives them something extra they can do. You can't really tell your sim children to do push-ups, but the parents can tell the children to do workout. But the parents have to be working out themselves in order to tell their children to work out. So it's kind of like, I like the fact that they're trying to put more in, but we really need a lot more for the sim children to do. They should be able to help out with chores around the house. You know, yes, they can do dishes and stuff, but they should have been able to all along clean if they want to. They should never have had to wait for a vacuum pack to come out to do that. But it's out, and they can do it now, and I'm happy. So, yeah, I just wish that they would make, like, it looks like the vacuuming is a fitness thing. So, if it is physical for the Sims, then they should be gaining motor skill when they're vacuuming for children. And the parents should be gaining fitness skill when they're vacuuming. I mean, parents gaining fitness skill emptying the potty. So, I don't see why they can't gain it from vacuuming. Anyway, That's just my thoughts on it. Have a good day.